75 million years ago, long before the first human footprint ever touched the earth, a shadow moved beneath the surface of a North American river. It was patient, it was enormous, and carried a pure bloodlust. This is Deinosuchus, whose name means simply terrible crocodile. And terrible it was. Deinosuchus was not a dinosaur. It was a crocodilian, a distant ancestor of the crocodiles we know today. But comparing Deinosuchus to a modern croc is like comparing a house cat to a lion. At up to 12 meters in length, nearly 40 feet, Deinosuchus was roughly twice the size of the largest saltwater crocodile ever recorded. Its skull alone could reach over 1.5 meters long. Its jaws were lined with thick, conical teeth designed not to slice, but to crush and hold permanently. Its body was armored with rows of osteoderms, bony plates embedded in its skin, turning it into a living fortress. And those eyes, always watching, always just above the waterline. Fossil evidence tells us it dined on large prey. Bite marks matching Deinosuchus' teeth have been found on the bones of large herbivorous dinosaurs, animals that weighed several tons themselves. It likely hunted at the water's edge, using the same ambush strategy modern crocodiles still use today. Wait, watch, explode. Here's the question every paleontology enthusiast eventually asks. Could Deinosuchus take down a Tyrannosaurus rex? The answer is more nuanced than a simple yes or no, because they didn't quite live in the same place at the same time. Deinosuchus roamed earlier, around 75 to 82 million years ago. T-Rex arrived later, around 68 million years ago. But if you force the question, hypothetically, who wins? The verdict on land, T-Rex wins. It was faster, more agile, and had more room to plan its attacks. But in or near water, a Deinosuchus ambush is a different story entirely. A T-Rex coming to drink would be vulnerable to a sudden death roll from the shallows. At the water's edge, the terrible crocodile had the advantage. It's a coin flip decided by terrain. Deinosuchus's bite force exceeded that of a T-Rex. It packed a 23,000 plus pounds of bite force, while T-Rex had a bite force of near 12 to 13,000 pounds. Now, how does it compare to modern crocs? The largest saltwater crocodile ever recorded, named Lo Long, measured just over 6 meters. Though some people debate about Gustav being the largest croc, but we do not have any precise dimensions of it, and that is a topic for another short documentary. Deinosuchus was almost twice that length, and likely weighed 6 to 8 times more. Modern crocodiles are already considered virtually unchanged from their prehistoric ancestors. Living fossils, some call them, like so many giants of the Cretaceous. Deinosuchus eventually vanished from the fossil record. Why exactly remains debated. Climate shifts, changes in sea level, competition for resources. What we know is that it ruled its domain for millions of years without challenge. Today, we find its story in fragments, fossilized teeth, bite marks pressed into ancient bone, a skull here, a scale plate there, each piece whispering the same thing. Something enormous was here, something patient, something that waited in the shallows and made every creature on the riverbank think twice. We call it the terrible crocodile, but perhaps a better name would simply be the ruler.